Okay, welcome to this second tutorial in which I will cover the crash attack. The first thing I want to show you is the A rush as an SMG. There are three ways to rush A. You can go either like this, you'll go into the blue house, you'll go here, climb over this wall and run in, either here or jump over the pallet, like this. There is another way, which is also through the blue house. You go here. You can go either like this, or if you are afraid of nades, it might be safer sometimes to go like this first. Go here, wait a little bit, maybe wait for the flashbang and then go in. There is a third way that a lot of people are not using. If you notice that the enemy team doesn't nade this car or has a late nade for it, or nades it too fast, whatever you want, you can rush like this. You will want your teammate to have a smoke here and at front hardware. So if you run here, you won't get shot from hardware or from the pillars. You can rush through here and then jump over the pallet and surprise the enemy. It's important to do nades. If you're doing this rush, you don't have to throw a nade. This is like, it should be your fast rush. If you're going here and you notice that you're dying a lot on nades, then you can wait. You can do this flashbang. It will flash anyone in the garden. And after, you can stand in this corner, you lean right, and you throw a nade like this. It will land in the garden. It will kill anyone trying to jump over here or running in. It's important that you throw a lot of nades on the A garden when you're rushing A, so tell your teammates to nade it as well. If you're going by broken, you can do this nade, which is a very cheeky one. As you see, it will land behind the garden. Like I showed in my crash defense tutorial, a lot of people are waiting here to throw their flash and their nade over and to front A. So there's a big chance of you killing them if you nade this area. So that's a very good thing to do if you have to wait for a nade here. You can also do a flash from here, which will land something like this, and it will also flash them in the garden. It's important to slow them down and try to nade as many as possible. If you nade one SMG and try flash the other one, you basically have A and you can win the round. It's important to know where the enemy will throw their flashes and their nades. The general areas which enemies will nade is this car. They will nade here. And they will throw, well, random nades in this area. So you have to be careful for this. It really depends on the opponent where they nade. Some teams have a late nade on the pallet, so you have to be careful for that as well. But it's key to adapt to your enemy. That you know what they're doing, what they're nading. Most teams don't change their nades too often, so if you know that they have a fast nade here, you just wait a bit, do your flash, do your nade, and then it's safe to run in. Another little tip I can give you, and that's not just for this rush, it's for any map, any rush. If the enemy will flash you, and they probably will, the flash will land somewhere here in the sky. If you're looking directly in the flash, like this, you will get flashed. Oh, not flashed, what the fuck? You'll get flashed like this. If you are not facing the flashbang, you won't get flashed as much. You see, it's already gone, I can already see. So what I used to do is, when I know they're flashing here, I know that while I'm running here, kinda, that they are throwing the flash. So what I do is I run here. I know the flash is gonna come, so I just walk to generators like this. I hardly get flashed, and I can just run in. It's important to know how the flash, when the flash comes, but it's usually at the same time. So usually when you're around this area, they will flash it. So if you just walk backwards, it looks kind of retarded, but it works. You just have to be careful that nobody's rushing mid, because you will get shot in the back. But that's something for your teammates to worry about and help you. There is also a mid rush for the SMGs. You will need a smoke here somewhere, and a smoke at front hardware, so you can safely get into hardware. You will want to have one SMG rushing like this, jump over the broken wall, go into the arches, and get the B-link area here and get bottom hardware. Possibly try and kill a guy if he's close and belong, like behind the car. The other SMG will focus on the pillars area. You will wait here. If you have to wait or someone is covering it and you still have your smoke, you can throw it like this, bounce it off the roof. You will smoke that car, which will have an enemy behind it usually. And as you can see, they can't see anything. You can just walk into hardware. And as soon as you have hardware, then you can clear out belong from top hardware like this. You can help your team. You can kill this guy easily behind the car. You can get into mid garden from bottom hardware, and from here on you can work it out with your team. The third thing you can do, oh actually I forgot a nade to show you on the mid rush. If you have to wait to have a fast nade here, then you can throw this nade, which will land in the middle garden, and it will kill anyone waiting there. If you throw it a bit deeper, then you might kill the scope here. This one failed a bit, but you can throw it a little bit further and you might kill the scope that's standing behind this wall, looking at the blue cross like this. It's possible to kill him. You can also do a B long rush as SMG. You will usually go together with your scope or an AK. Basically the scope or AK will try and cover you against enemy scopes or AKs. It's better to have a scope, I think. That's what we used to do, me and Paradox in TCM-Gaming. Paradox would cover me and I would run in. You can do a fast rush into B long and a slow rush into B long. The fast rush goes like this. You spawn, you run like this, and I don't know if you can see it on the video, but on the top left corner you can see this area. And I'm watching that. I'm watching the ground, so the scope can hardly see me. But I can see at the top of my screen, I can see if the scope is there. I will know if he jumped to the right side, to there, or not. It takes some practice to see this, but if you're running and you're watching that, like this, then you can see it all the time, and it's really hard for him to shoot you, but you know if the scope's gonna be there or not. If he's not there, then you can basically just run in, you can throw your nade, something like this, to stop guy from going into belong, and then you can throw your flashbang. After you throw your flash, you can basically just run in like a madman, check B-link, and if he got flashed you can kill the guy here. If he's not flashed, then you have to wait for your teammate. You can sit in this spot, you can cover B-link your teammate, probably the scope will work his way into B-long, he will peek it like this, and you will need one guy in blue to peek top hardware, an AK, so they can't peek from top hardware to your scope. If you your scope will have a smoke, what you can do is let your scope smoke here, and then you can surprise them. They were camping behind the bomb, but they can't see you now. You can work your way into the hills, and suddenly you're standing behind him, which is a very surprising tactic to use, and it can be very useful. If you kill the guy on the bomb, then you still have to be careful for sandbags and bottom or top sniper house. But if you make your way into the woods quickly, it's easy to kill a sandbag guy or any guy on the glitch roof, and your team can make their way to the B-bomb and plant. If you're going slow, then you might want to use your time usefully. Then you can throw a few nades. You can stand in this corner, lean left, and throw your nade like this, which will land in bottom hardware. Another nade you can throw from this corner is, I forgot, like this, yeah. It will land behind the bin in B-long. If someone is camping there, it will kill him. You can also throw nades from this spot. If you throw it like this, it will kill the guy behind the car. And if you throw it like this, between these two leaves, like this, then it will kill the guy in B-link. I'm sorry, I forgot to show this nade properly because of the demo bug. So you aim here, you throw it, and you will see that it lands behind the car. There are two more nades you can do from this spot. One is to the wooden stairs. You stand in this corner, you aim like this, and you throw your nade, which will land in the corner of wooden, which will kill any guy standing in that spot watching the pallet. There's another nade you can do to the sandbags. You stand in this corner, you aim something like this, and you throw your nade. It will kill the guy standing here. You can throw it a bit more to the left, it will kill the guy when he's watching A. You can also nade the red car if you just throw it a bit further than that. Not like that, but like this. It will blow up the red car here. On this slow rush you will take a smoke, most likely. You can work your way in. You can take a flash as well. If you know someone is there, you can just throw your flash and try to surprise him. Oops. Where am I? If you have a smoke, then you can do this smoke yourself that I was telling you about earlier. So this smoke, and then make your way into the woods and surprise the guy behind the bomb or behind the car, wherever you will be camping. I think that's it for today, so I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, then press like on this video, subscribe to my channel, and if you have any questions, then leave a comment and I will answer them as soon as I can. So thanks for watching, and I will be making new videos as soon as I can. Thank you, and see you next time.